think it's in Arizona or something, or it's like near Las Vegas.
And that's the first we've heard from him in 3 years.
3 years, that's good, Robbie. Good to see you back in very, very good form. Bed hopping and backstabbing. Not Robbie.
Not him.
No, not Robbie. No, the Tudors we're talking about here. Robbie could be in the Tudors, he'd be good in that.
Yeah, history's got all sexy. The man holding court is only one Jonathan Rhys Meyers, but before we swoon all over him, well, me at least, let's take a look at Jonathan in action, well, you might too, as King Henry VIII in the fabulous Tudors.
You told me there was little opposition. On the contrary, you told me that most people were glad to see such places dissolved. You're a liar. You didn't know anything. Knave! It will be the most fabulous coronation any English queen has ever had. On one night.
Why would you not speak to me?
Because I'm disappointed.
Why?
I'm disappointed because you're not here with child. Tell me, what do you wonder, Mr. Crowell?
Henry VIII, if I'd have been better cast than Henry VIII, wouldn't it?
Morning.
I mean, I could have. How did you get that role? That was made for me.
Well, I tell you, when they sent me the script and said they want you to play, they want me to play Henry VIII, I said it was ridiculous. The concept was absolutely ridiculous that I could play Henry VIII. And then I understood what they wanted. They wanted to bring a sense of history to a much younger generation. You were never going to sell it if you had Holbein's Henry. You had to sell it to a younger generation, and this is what we wanted to do. Because as an interpretive artist, you can only do something that progresses the story forward. So
You said, I can't, I'm not going to do the whole big red beard and hair and ruffles. But you did, you said you found a portrait of him, didn't you, when he was younger, where he had shaved his head?
Yeah, he did have short hair several times in his life. But look, nobody can really tell me how Henry looked because Holbein was just he was a great painter, and his images have stayed sustained because it's great art. It's not what Henry looked like. Henry's father, Henry VII, had consumption. And so when he was painted so badly that Henry told Holbein, do not make me look like I am, make me look like a king. Because at this time Henry was heavily syphilitic, had lots of consumption, had lived a very, very poor life from health.
It's like the airbrushing of its day, in a way, isn't it?
Exactly.
I don't want to look like that, I look nicer.
You see, I just want to ask a lot of the younger viewers watching at home, has history now become interesting? Is this man reaching you here? It is. I mean, it's
Well, Julia in our kitchen, she's all suddenly interested in the Tudors. She's got the box set and everything. Yeah, she never mentioned that. But you think he was probably a really fit guy, is right?
Well, at some point in his life, he can't have been born 300 pounds, so at some point he was quite a fit guy. But, life happens, and they had a really bad diet. He drank to excess. He lived an altogether poor life.
But they counteracted that with lots of sex, it seems, if this were to be believed as the way the Tudors lived.
Yeah, well, it's not quite how the Tudors lived. Henry was much more prudish in history than we portray in the Tudors. But, sex happened, and it was very, very much... sex was very much a matter of state then. Who you married was very, very important. Who you marry now is just because you fancy them, or they've got a good job. In Henry's time, you married specifically to stay alive, or for your country to survive, so everything was a matter of state. I've only, in the Tudors, I've only slept with like 22 people.
Bad at all.
Which is not bad, because if I go out in London on a Saturday night and I'll say to some handsome young dude or handsome young girl that's standing in a club, how many people have slept with this year? 50. So it's not as much.
A lot of people would think you're trying to be Henry VIII in the modern day, if you were to believe what you read in the papers.
Well,
you like to live life to the excess.
Well, no, I don't. I think, it's not really. I think people kind of like to make an image of what you are compared to what you do. What I do in film work and what I do on television, they like to almost make it as if you take a part of that with you. And you're a lot wilder than you actually are. I'm probably quite a really boring guy.
Listen, mate, I know the story. I know all about it. Tell me this. A lot of people will think you're Irish. They're all here today saying, oh, he's one of our own, as if you're English. A lot of people think you're English as well. I know that you're Irish.
I'm an Irish.
Are you Dub or you're Cork man?
Well, it's a conflict. I was born in Dublin, but I grew up in Cork. So my parents are from Cork. I'd have to say I'm Corkman.
Would you?
I would, yeah.
I think you're going to be an American in the future, though. I think that's where your future's going to be, in the movies.
A lot of my work has been American. I live half of the time in Los Angeles, half of the time in London. They're very, very good to me over there. They're very, very positive people. Being Irish certainly helps. They do like the Irish there. But I think if you're a good actor and you're willing to work hard and if you're optimistic, America's a great country. It does give you the opportunity. Yeah, it can be very nice. I mean, it's very, very peaceful where I live in Los Angeles. I live in the hills. So, you know,
see the fires? You weren't affected by the fires?
Absolutely not, and I was paying attention. I was on the internet going, it better not be my house.
Yeah.
No, it's up in Glendale, Pasadena.
Yeah.
And so what's after the Tudors for you? What can we see you in next?
I shot a film called From Paris with Love with John Travolta.
John Travolta?
I mean, how is John Travolta getting on? He is one of the nicest guys.
Super nice.
How is he coping with it?
He's coping very well. I've spoken to him twice since the death of his son, which was very sad. He had a beautiful son who was on our set in Paris, Jet, yeah, very nice boy. And they had a very lovely relationship. They communicated through music. Because he had autism. So, you know, depending on what his mood, John would play a certain song and then he'd play a song back, and that's how they communicate.
Well, there's a lot of love for that man, John Travolta, and if you see him, please do pass it on. Tudors on, when is it on? Tonight, is it? Tonight?
Yes.
And listen, thanks for making history. Very, very interesting. Lovely seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
That's it. We've got Robert Carlyle, we've got David Gray on Monday, we've got the X
all the
Factor.
gossip from the X Factor audition. So have a great weekend.
And we'll be here, so see you
again Monday.
Okay, bye-bye. Brilliant. Thank you.